Today it's 1080p versus 1440p at 480Hz. Hi friends and welcome to Display Reality, showcasing display technology to help you make that awesome buying decision. Can you really appreciate the hertz speed at 1080p? Or is that crispy picture really needed? I hope I can showcase that today. On the left, we have the LG 32GS95UE, that dual mode 4K gaming monitor at 32 inches, 4K at 240Hz, 1080p at 480Hz. While on the right, we have the LG 27GX790A, that 2560 by 1440p 480Hz gaming monitor. No dual mode here. Here going over the settings to show you everything as it should be. This is with Counter-Strike 2 with the game preset set on high. I wanted to get an overall feel of how I can record this. This is done on two computers. Basically, it's a mimic of the same PC. 13700K, a 4080 RTX, 64 gigs of RAM, DDR5 at 7200, both with the same SSD hard drive. So the computers are exactly the same. The reason why I chose high is I wanted to test it out to see if it was possible. To try and show you that difference, I did test this on low and medium. Now, I personally would never play this on low. It looks horrendous. The image quality is very bad. I know you play competitively, and that's the mode you would play in. But personally, I would never touch that. It'd have to be on medium or high for my personal taste. Let this be a first run, and if you really want to see low or medium to get those FPS numbers up there, I can do that in another video. So let's count this as a test run. So like I said, 1080p on the left, 1440p on the right, both at 480Hz. One thing I have been able to notice is that on the 32-inch monitor, at 1080p, we're looking at 40 to 80 frames per second faster. That at 1080p versus 1440p on the LG 27. Here I have the monitor settings on both monitors. They are basically exactly the same, just one is 32 and one is 27 inches, of course at 1440p. The brightness, the shadow detail, again, is basically the same, with the 32GS pulling a little bit higher. I would say about 20 to 30 nits higher than 27. I've been able to test that in HDR and SDR modes. But again, let's get back onto topic. We're not talking about the performance of each monitor, per se on the quality. We're looking at that 480Hz difference. One at 1080p, one at 1440p. And how it runs with your graphics processor, especially here with the RTX 4080. I hope to get a 5080 very soon, so we can do some benchmarking and achieve higher FPS. But still, do you want that crispy picture at 1440p? Or do you want the best of both worlds, say on the 32-inch monitor? And to be honest, I personally would pick the 32GS95UE. Yes, you can see here in this video, the 27GX790A is more crispy, looks to have a bit more contrast. I would say because the image is smaller. Yes, the 27GX790A is a more funner monitor at this hertz. But for me personally, I'd like that bigger image. And that's why I picked that preset on high today. So you can really see that difference, or hope to see, at least on the 32-inch. I was personally gaming on the left, and my son was playing on the right. And he tells me, why does the left monitor look so blurry? So there you have it. Not everyone is going to want that immersion, yet at a lower resolution. He did prefer the 27GX790A. He said it looked clearer, while more or less achieving the same FPS. But remember, this is on game preset high. I bet you if we were on medium, we would even get higher numbers. I would say 480Hz is that competitive FPS target. So it's either you choose immersion, multifunctionality, that dual mode, or that crispy picture, though at that set 1440p. But as you can see, the FPS still is rocking above 300 FPS, with the same preset, same computer, and same monitor settings. Now this is a darker level. Later on in the video, I do have Italy, and while it's brighter, you can see OLED technology still dims a tad bit. So if you want a brighter picture, you're gonna have to go mini LED, if you really need that brightness. But you do lose that pixel perfect accuracy that only OLED can provide. Now this is OLED on both monitors, with the latest MLA Plus technology. So the quality is there. The same OLED quality is on both monitors. It's just that one is at more of a lower resolution, say on the 32, because it's a dual mode, 1080p 480Hz versus 1440p 480Hz. And since the higher resolution on the right, you do take a hit on that FPS. I would say anywhere from 40 to 80 FPS depending on the scene. Now since this was recorded individually, this is the best as I can get it. But like I said, leave a comment down below if you want to see a different video, something similar. I can try medium or that low preset. I bet you on low you would be able to hit 400 plus. And if I had a 5080 or 5090, yes, we would exceed the 480 FPS. But until I get that graphics card in, the RTX 4080 is where it's at. And you can see we're pushing above 350 FPS, even 400 sometimes. So I just wanted to bring this video here, friends. Would you prefer 1080p 480Hz, say on the dual mode 32GS95UE, or do you need that crispy picture at 1440p 480Hz? I would say if you have a good graphics card, you'd be able to hit it. But like I gave you that example, I personally prefer the bigger image, the nicer quality 1080p image at 480Hz, while my son wants that 1440p crispy picture, even though it's lower FPS. Which side do you fall under? Immersion or crispiness? For that competitive gameplay. Many more 480Hz monitor videos, 1080p, 1440p, and the future will be coming very soon. And I hope this video was able to give you a glimpse into that image quality. Yes, the 27GX790A wins. It's more crispy, not bad FPS. Overall, a more funner monitor. But that immersion, the dual mode multifunctionality on the 32GS95UE, and being about 20 to 40 nits brighter in all modes, for me, is a better buy. But they're both awesome monitors, and I'll be able to showcase more videos in the near future. So friends, if you found this video helpful, please hit that like button so more people can see it to help them make that awesome buying decision. Consider subscribing if you want more videos just like this one. News, reviews, gameplay videos, and everything in between. Always to help you make that awesome buying decision. Thanks for watching, friends. Stay safe out there. I'll see you guys next time.